Hi everybody, it's Jenny, and I said that I was going to come to. Sorry, my cat just jumped down and scared me. I said I was going to come to you with some information on what to eat in P3, since I'm in P3 right now. Alright, so I'm going to break it up and every day do a different category of foods rather than just do one video with like a million so that you can just look at whatever video it is and I'll write the title on the screen, so if you feel like you're going to be eating some sort of fruit, or if you're going to have some sort of vegetable, or you're going to have something or other, you can click and see on each video the ones that are in there and not have to listen to like a 30-minute long video explaining everything. Alright, so briefly, I also give my weight updates to see how I'm doing. Surprisingly, yesterday I had lost a pound, and today I got on the scale and I lost another pound. 1.2 to be specific. So I am officially now zero point 0.1 away from being at my lowest, which is since starting HCG. And when I started HCG, that was 2 rounds ago. But the lowest I had gotten at the end of the 2 rounds is a loss of 19.9 pounds, almost 20-pound loss. And I'm at 19.8 right now. So I'm happy with that. And talk about fluctuating weight. I'm in that diet bet program too. So today was the weigh in for the 6 month lose 10% of your body weight in 6 months. And today was the final weigh in at the very end. Now, I have lost considerably more than the 10% that I needed, so I wasn't really worried about it, but I got on the scale this morning and I saw the weight that I had, and I saw that I lost 1.2 pounds. I was excited about that. And then I taught a bunch of my classes, and I drank a full one of these, plus a little bit more before I filled it up and started my classes, and was sitting around, and I went to do my weigh-in, and I was 2 pounds heavier. Was it a full 2 pounds? Let me see exactly what it is, because I have a picture of it here. No, not quite 2 pounds, 1.6 pounds. So I was 1.6 pounds heavier. And I was like, oh, shoot. That's really higher than where I was when I did my last month's weigh in, and it's supposed to be maintenance. So I had to like check into that, make sure it was okay. But I thought, well, there you go. My weight fluctuates a lot, and then of course I just drank some. I got on the scale a couple times to see if it was going to change. Went on the other scale, that's what it was. 15 minutes later, I had to go to the bathroom. So, love it when I have a bowel movement because they don't happen every day. Afterwards, I decided, let me just go get on the scale and see what it says. And it says that I have lost 0.2 pounds from where I first weighed in this morning before I did all of the drinking. So in the course of one day, and I have now been awake for 4 hours. In the course of a 4 hour period of time, it says that I have lost 1.2 pounds from yesterday, then gained 1.6 pounds, and then lost again 1.8 pounds, it says. Volatility, volatility. You gotta take it with a grain of salt, right? You just do. Water, taking actual foods when you eat into your body is weight until your body processes it and uses it for energy or eliminates it as waste. Drinking liquids weigh a lot. Drink a full one of these, there's no way you can drink it and not gain weight, right? Where did it go? In your body. You don't use it that instantly. So it's still in your stomach until your body starts to use it and process it. And then bowel movements also come into play in terms of adjusting your weight. So don't get too caught up on the scale when you have a day that you feel like you've been eating really well and the scale is at a stall or maybe even up a little bit. It's going to come back down in a couple more days. Just stick with the program. All right, so we're going to talk about what to eat on phase 3. All right, and we're going to start with proteins because the protein is, I think, the most important one. To keep your energy up, you need to up your proteins a little bit in P3 from before. So let's talk about that. I'm going to read a little intro paragraph, and then just go through and list them. Basically, you can eat a lot. So many choices. All right, let me read what it says. Let me slide this over so I'm not staring down at the bottom of the screen to the side. You can enjoy. Okay, wait, let me stop for a second. I haven't found all of this in the protocol yet. And his captions in the protocol are very odd. Dr. Simeon's protocol. So sometimes it's hard to find information because he'll just have a random title. I don't like it. Let me give you an example. Let me pull up the protocol here. So I'm trying to find information on exactly what to eat, and the titles are like Not by Weight Alone, The Emancipated Lady, Fat but Not Obese, HCG and Sex Hormones. Some are a little more specific. Further courses, history taking, vegetarians, fluctuations in weight loss, plateaus, cosmetics, the voice, massage, gallstones. I mean, some of them again are more specific, but there's not any like topic that just lists P2, P1, P3. Like, it's nothing like that. Obesity as a disorder, the nature of obesity, psychological aspects. Okay, so I don't need to keep going on. It just makes things difficult to find, and it's over a 50-page protocol, so scrolling through it takes time. And I think that I can probably easily scroll over things because even when it is listed, it's listed in paragraph form, so it's not like listing things the way the protocol is written. So I have not found it, but I went online and gathered up some information, and this one site I really like. It's under HCG Recipes, actually. It's the name of the site, hcgrecipes.com. But I like how their introduction to it, and I like how they have things listed. So this is the site that I'm going to report to you on. I just wanted to be full disclosure because all the other information that I read to you, I usually read directly from the protocol unless I can't find it. Okay. HCG, Diet Phase 3, Foods, Proteins. You can enjoy a wide variety of proteins, including all animal protein, eggs, and dairy. You do not have to worry about the fat content or amounts as your body is in primarily the keto state in Phase 3. Portion your proteins to satisfy your hunger rather than counting calories. Phase 3 is a time when your body sets a new calorie requirement, so it is important to remember not to continue dieting during this time. It is important to eat plenty of nutritious foods, as it sets the pace for your new, faster metabolism. When choosing your proteins for HCG Phase 3, choose whole, unprocessed protein for your meals rather than overly sugared, salted, and preserved meats. I like to choose organic, wild-caught, free-range, and grass-fed meats. Eat clean, read labels, and avoid anything processed or prepared with sugars. Okay, good general information to live by. Although, that being said, some of the grains they have found that anyway, I don't want to get into a debate on this, but organic is good and grass-fed is good, but it is true that there are some things in grains that are beneficial to the health of the cow and good in terms of the makeup of the meat when it's provided to you too. So just saying. Not all grain is bad. It doesn't have to be 100% organically grass-fed to be nutritious, but I don't want to debate it. This is all the information my university student, veterinary student, has been educating me on because of the in-depth nature of studying the food and the food industry and the nutrition courses that she took along with it too. And you think the veterinarian would be the one that's like, don't kill the animals and all that, but it's been interesting to have her share the research that's actually out there, that a lot of it is not getting out to the public. Just because we're on a binge, it's fine. Everything's cyclical. We're in a phase right now where everything has to be organic and grass-fed. Organic doesn't even make sense in certain circumstances. An organic banana doesn't matter because any kind of for organic, it's often you don't want the pesticides in that to be on the food, so you have to wash it and prepare it properly to get rid of it. But it all does stay on the skin. So if you're going to have a fruit like a banana that you peel, doesn't matter. You're peeling the skin off anyway. It doesn't penetrate the skin and get inside. Apple, you can peel it and take care of it also, or you just have to really wash and prepare it well to get rid of that. Anyway, that's another side note. That's not what we're here to talk about. I just want you to not beat yourself up and think that you have to spend all this money for some organic stuff that makes no difference. It's just marketing. It's the American way. It's a way for companies to make more money. Okay? Okay. It's the great American dollar. That's just the way the society works, which is fine. I'm all for people making a buck, but I'm also more so for educating yourself so that you know, in many cases, not necessary. Okay. And in some cases, such as grass-fed, grain-fed, may have benefits to having an animal that has some grain in their diet as well. Okay. Just saying. All right. I can try to pull up all the studies if you guys want to have them, but I really don't want to get into that. That's not what I'm here about. The only reason I share that is to let you know, don't beat yourself up. If you're like, I don't have the money to eat like this, it's okay. And if you want to eat like that, great. More power to you. Everybody should eat however they want to. No judgment, no judgment. Okay. Okay, so what can you eat? Here we go. You can have all cuts of beef. You can have all cuts of chicken. You can have seafood. You can have fish, shrimp, crab, lobster, all of it. Seafood acceptable. Pork is acceptable, and all cuts of it. You can also have uncured bacon and ham. Yum. You can have eggs. I know that on P2 you can have an occasional egg, but now you can have more eggs and the full egg. Cheese and dairy is something you can have. Now we're going to go tomorrow a little bit more into detail about cheese and dairy. Excuse me. We're going to go more into detail about cheese and dairy. But cheese and dairy is permissible. The last thing that's listed on this website and this blog is that you can have whey, pea, and rice protein powders, unsweetened or sweetened with stevia or other natural sugar-free sweeteners. So I find that interesting that you can have these protein powders, rice, pea, and whey, which are typically higher carbs. So I'm just reading the information and sharing it with you. I think I would avoid that just because it's based in a starch. And we're supposed to be avoiding starches. So I mean, maybe when they make powder form, they get rid of some of the starch. I don't know. I don't know how that all works. Because regular flour still has starch in it. So I don't know. I'm just reading what it says. Anyway, I just said I really like this site, and now the last thing I read, I'm telling you, disregard. But you don't have to disregard it. You can do whatever you want. I'm reading to you exactly what it says, and then you make your own informed decision what you want. But basically, when it comes to protein, the door is pretty wide open, with the exception of a lot of the processed foods. So stay away from salami and try to stay away from hot dogs. Even though I have all beef hot dog still. It's a processed food. It's just an easy meal to take when you go to the water park or the amusement park and wrap it in foil on the dashboard and it stays nice and warm. It's just easy. It's just easy. You don't have to keep most other proteins you have to keep cool, but then you want to eat them warm. I mean, it's tricky. Hot dogs, wrap in foil, just keep it on the dashboard, and then it's like steaming hot when you eat it, and the bun is nice and soft. Ooh. But of course, you'd have to have a keto bun, but even that's probably something you should stay away from on P3 also. All right, I've said this once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I do not stick to the protocol 100%. I am going to read to you from the protocol whenever I can exactly what it says so that you can do exactly what the protocol says. If I can't find things in the protocol, like today, I will share information with you on some specifics from places that I found online. But again, you make your own decision. All right, so that's it for today. We will go into cheese and dairy tomorrow, and good luck to you. Let's stay the course, and I will see you mañana. Goodbye.